I don't know if this is the last time I get to be in a confessional or not. Hi, Justin, fashion look queen, fellow villain. I'm so excited for Final Four. I'm like the last newbie left.
Holy shit. How did I make it to the finale? I didn't expect to come this far, but I'm not really surprised because I've been playing a very low-key game.
Here we are, finale night, and I am beyond excited to be here. I have been to a finale night before, twice before, once as a juror, once as a finalist. I feel like last time I answered the jury's questions, I was a little too prideful. I didn't coddle them enough. I didn't give them their props. So this time, if I do make it to the final tribal council, I hope to balance owning my game, but also giving people props for theirs. I mean, I didn't vote alone every time. Right now, I think the biggest threat is Meg. She is clearly the biggest winner.
Well. Here we are. Finale night. Again. 2 seasons in a row. So what does that mean? What does that mean about me? If I win tonight, I guess it means that I am the queen of Zoom Survivor. If I don't win tonight, I might still be the queen of Zoom Survivor because I think I've played the best game this season. My name has been on the chopping block literally since day one. Vince said my name day one. So I've been fighting to be here every single round. I won 2 really clutch immunities. I had an immunity idol that I didn't even have to use, and I got to use it on Robbie last time just to show my solidarity to him.
I think I have a stronger chance against Justin or Kath than I do against Meg. But truth be told, I mean, I've been to more tribal councils than all 3 of them. Meg's game kind of started after the merge, was the first time she saw a tribal. Also, I've been involved in a lot more votes than Kath and Justin. And honestly, some of the votes Justin thinks he's been involved in, he still doesn't even know the whole big picture of the vote. He just knows bits and pieces of it.
I was very aligned with Robbie up until last night. Kath and I finally talked since Final 7. We haven't talked. And Robbie had been putting things in between us that was making us not talk. And so I think I'm going to go with Kath if I get the option. If not, she's going to float to the end.
Based on the 3 players left, the only person I could feasibly win against, in my opinion, is Justin. Justin and I have gotten close, on a personal level, but on a gameplay level, I feel like Justin has played a very emotional game, and that's rubbed people the wrong way. He's also held his jury vote hostage over many people since the merge, which isn't great, in my opinion.
My first outfit is this beautiful jean Akira backless little number with my Jay Messler jersey. Because I'm bringing the mess tonight. Let's stir up some drama.
Quite frankly, the last couple of, maybe a week, I've really sat with myself and been like, oh shit, am I even playing a good game? I feel like I've done nothing compared to what I did the last time I played, but I have definitely outlasted a good chunk of people, really strong players. And to be honest with you, I've been on the outside of many votes, so I technically didn't vote all the jury on the jury.
The one vote I wasn't in on was the Lena vote. Besides that, I knew exactly how the votes were going to fall. So if I can just relay that to the jury, I think I have the best chance of winning against honestly any of them.
I'm really nervous about tonight. I think that I got Justin and Kath to vote for each other, and then that would let me and Robbie decide who we want to vote for. But then at Final 3, I'm going to take Robbie. I don't know if Robbie's going to take me. I think it would be kind of stupid for him to take me to the finals, I'm not going to lie. I think it would be in his best interest to take either Justin or Kath. I think he could beat either of them. I don't know if he could beat me.
Right now, everyone says they're going to take me to the final 2. I don't know why they would. I think if I make it to the final 2, I win. But I'm hoping that they do take me. It would be amazing, and that would just be a big testament to my social game as well. So let's see. And Ethan, is it final 2 or final 3? We gotta know soon.
It's weird. I've made peace. If I make it to the jury, I'm okay with that. But I'm also like, damn, I'm so close. I even had a moment where I was like, do I just vote myself off? Do I want to sit at the final? This is not what I thought this game would be for me. But out of the 3 people left, Meg is a winner, so that I can't take Meg with me. And Robbie is fan favorite, Mr. Wonderful, And I love Robbie, but if I want to win, if I actually want a shot at winning this time, I can't sit with them. So Justin and I are like a tight two. Like we had a call last night. I feel really good about that. So we're hoping that one of us wins immunity this round. And then the finale, I know how that rolls, that whoever wins gets to take whoever to the finale. So it's kind of nice. I think that'd be really stupid to vote Justin or I out. I think that like it should be Robbie or Meg this round. But honestly, as a jury member, I would like to see Robbie and Meg duke it out. I think that'd be a really hard jury vote, but that would be if I got voted out. So, okay. We'll see what happens. I don't know why I'm here.
Alrighty, everybody. Hello, my final four. Hello. Congratulations for making it this far. Pretty surreal. Off the book, this final four is iconic. I am so excited for this finale. From the outside, it really feels like there's a path to the end for each of you. And that's really exciting for a viewer. So
Can you
yeah.
can you share that with me so that I can like
No, that's all you
Get
get.
outta
That's
here.
all you get.
Tell me my path to the end.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, I say let's just get started with the first challenge if you're ready. Great, grand.
I'll try not to throw up on my computer.
So when you say first challenge, do you mean there's more
Yeah.
to come?
I don't know what I was saying. I just mean the challenge. Don't read too far into it. All right, so for the first challenge tonight, we are going to be doing a version of Family Feud. I call it the Final Four Feud.
Hell yeah.
I'll have a question. I sampled a sample. I actually went out and asked people these questions. The sample is your jury.
Ooh.
Oof indeed. And I also answered the questions myself. So I'll have a question, an open-ended question, such as what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? And then depending on what people said, we'll have those answers on the board and you have to guess what people said. If 5 people said vanilla and you say vanilla, you get 5 points. If one person said chocolate and you say chocolate, you get 1 point. I have 4 different questions. Person with the most points at the end will win immunity, a guaranteed spot in the final 3. Wow. The way that I'm going to do turns, this is the fairest way I've thought of, but I'm going to roll a dice to say like who's going first, second, third, and fourth. And then the next round, the 4th person will go first, then 3rd, 2nd, 1st. All right, we're going to figure out who's going to be going first. Let's say Justin is 1, Kath is 2, Megan is 3, Robbie is 4. Let's see who's going to go first. Great, so we'll have Kath going first.
Kath going second.
So I'm going twice.
You're going
On me.
twice, yeah. So we'll go Kath, Justin. Kath, oh my God. Oh my God.
So you're telling me I won already?
You did.
Wait, is it only 1s and 2s? What's going on?
No, it should be a D4. Is it only 1s and 2s?
Is
There you
this?
go.
No,
Are you
there's
just
4.
telling me?
That's
that I
wild.
have
That's
immunity?
wild.
So
Yeah, it's a loaded die.
Kath, Justin, Kath,
Exactly.
Justin, Kath, Robbie.
No. All right. So we'll do Kath, Justin, Robbie, Megan, and then for round 2, Megan, Robbie, Justin, Kath, etc. Right.
This is a fun one.
Thank you. I had fun doing this. All right, Kath. So, Final Four feud. Question 1. How far would you make it on Real Life Survivor? Top 4 answers on the board. What do you think?
I would win.
Let's see if there's a win on the board. There is. Wow. You get 2 points, Kath.
Thanks. I'll take
All right. Justin, do you have a guess?
As usual, I'm confused. It doesn't seem numerical, so I'm going to say to the merge.
Is there a merge on the board? There is. Justin gets 1 point. Robbie, do you have a guess?
I don't think the jury actually thinks this about themselves, but they seem like a funny bunch, so I'm going to say first boot.
Is first boot on the board?
Funny bunch.
It is. Robbie gets 1 point. Kath in the lead at 2 points. Megan, what do you think?
Non-winning finalist.
So make it to final tribal, but don't win. Is that on the board? It is. Megan gets 2 points there. Well done, y'all. Well done. Good round. Good round. Okay. All right. So we ended with Megan. We're going to start again with Megan. Go ahead. Question 2. What is the first thing you do when you get on the beach if you were on Real Survivor?
Make a shelter.
Make a shelter. Is that on the board? It is. Megan gets 2 more points, up to 4 now. All right, Robbie, it's up. You're up.
Okay, I'm gonna say, try and make fire.
Is making fire on the board? No,
Ah.
sorry, Robbie.
Oh.
Robbie, no points there. So sorry. All right, Justin, go ahead.
I'm gonna say like either search for or go get water.
Search for water, get water, fill up people's canteens. Is that on the board? That is not on the
What?
board. So
That's
sorry,
very
Justin.
aggressive, and that hurts my feelings. Just
All right, Kath, go ahead.
I'm gonna socialize with people on the beach.
Good answer. Good answer.
Chit chat.
Socialize, make friends, make alliances. Is that on the board? It is. Kath
Nice.
gets 3 more points, up to 5, Kath. Kath, it's your turn again, right?
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna hunt for an idol.
Hunt for an idol. Is that
Good
on the
answer.
board? It is not. It is not on the board.
Jury members.
All right, Justin, go right ahead.
what? No.
Sorry.
First thing I do when I get on the beach, I'm going to make rice.
Is make rice on the board? So sorry, Justin. So sorry. Robbie, what do you think?
I am going to say hunt. The rice is close, but I'm gonna say gather food.
Gathering food, coconuts, papayas, bananas. Is that on the board? Not on the board. So sorry, Robbie. All right, Megan, give a guess here. And if you can't get this right, I will just reveal the answer.
Okay. We've said make rice, make fire, hunt for idols. See if there's tree mail.
I thought that
Go to
too.
tree mail. Go to tree mail. See if there's a message, some instruction. Is that on the board? Oh, so sorry, Megan. That's a great answer. All of these were great answers.
Is it
The reason none of you got it is because
on
it's
the
a bad
ocean?
answer. No, it is make a sandcastle.
That's so
Oh, come on.
Come on,
Ethan, were
Joseph.
you the one that said
Fuck
that?
off, Joseph.
Richie.
I was gonna say
Always
swimming or
forget
something if
Richie.
it went back around, but
It was Lena.
Richie.
Lena.
Lena? God damn.
All right,
Nice.
let's do some point breakdown here. We got Kath at 5, Megan right behind at 4, and Robert and Robbie and Justin.
Bobby J.
right
And
behind.
Bobby J.
All right, let's bring up question 3 here, starting with Megan again. What is one thing
Okay.
you'd want on a reward on Real Survivor?
I want to say food, but I feel like I should be more specific than that. I'm gonna go specific and I'm gonna say, oh, you know what? Scrap that. I'm gonna say I would want to get an advantage.
Fuck, Meg.
Good
An
answer.
advantage in the game, or a clue to something. Would that be on the board for question 3? That is not on the board. So sorry,
Oh.
Megan. So sorry, Robbie. Go for it.
I was literally gonna say that. So maybe the universe is telling me I'm going to say food.
Is food on the board? Is food on the board? It is, Robbie, for 4
Yeah.
points, jumping up to 5 here.
I should have gone with my first instinct.
It's all right. Go with your gut, pun intended. All right. Justin, it is your turn.
I'm gonna say they want to win like the time with their family or like whatever the family reward is.
Good answer.
Some kind of loved ones, perhaps a letter of some sort. Is that on the board? It is, Justin. You get 1 point there, up to 2. And Kath.
Honestly, I'm gonna say the spa reward. So when you go away and you have a little massage, you take a bath, you brush your teeth, you get a little sleepover. I'll say that one.
General hygiene and comfort reward. A trip to the spa, is that on the board?
Oh,
It's not. So sorry,
That's a
Kath.
good
So
one.
sorry. Justin, do you have another guess?
I do have another guess. This is very old school. This is going to show my age, but back in the old seasons, you could win a car. So I'm going to say a car.
Oh,
A car, a brand new
In
car
the
for
first season, you
reward.
could.
Yes, and there is even a car curse.
First, you
You
don't win the
win it, you
game.
win the car.
Yes, exactly. But is it on the board here?
beep beep car.
It is. Nice work, Justin. A new car, bringing your totals to 3. We got Justin at 3, Megan at 4, Robbie and Kath both tied at 5.
Shit. I really thought Richie was gonna be the one to say like the Survivor Sanctuary. So that's why when Kathy said spa, I was like, oh my god.
You would.
Do y'all remember the Jack and Jill reward?
Oh yeah.
No.
No.
So good. A screening
was-
to Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill.
Oh yes.
South
Yeah,
Pacific.
Yeah.
I don't think of that.
Get out
And
of here.
Sophie
This
Clark
was
was
the
the only
cult.
one who didn't laugh for the B-roll. So
She's so
good.
iconic.
Yeah,
I
she's
Yeah,
love her.
so good. All right, y'all. Who just went? Who went last? Justin? Great. Okay. And so then it's Robbie next, yeah?
Oh boy.
All right, great. Let's move on to question number 4, the final question. What is the best season
Oh.
of Survivor?
God.
You can say the name, like the theme, or the number. That's fine. All right, Robbie, what you got?
This is tough. Fans versus favorites.
Fans versus favorites, the iconic season in which Eric gave up immunity, only to be voted out. Is that on the board? So sorry, Robbie. That is
Oh.
not on the board. It is a great guess, though. It's a great season. All right, who's next? Megan, go right ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say heroes versus villains.
Heroes
one.
versus villains. All right, is that one on the board? It is. Nice work, Megan, for 3 points, bringing your totals up to 7. And in fact, there is no way for anyone else to catch up to your total. Megan, you win immunity, a guaranteed spot in the final 3. Congratulations, Megan.
Holy
The
shit.
hero.
Wait, there's no more other points?
The other points are only worth 1 point apiece.
Wait, can I guess
And
what?
don't but Kath and I have 5.
Yeah, they could get 2.
You could tie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
whoa.
Well, okay, but I would. It depends on if I would get another point because
Yep.
I would be going next.
All right.
So-
Wait, I have a question. If
What
you
is that?
lose, because I didn't go double the last time. So if you lose on your guess, do you not get to go again? Because I didn't go twice the last time I
I
guessed.
believe you did, Kath.
No, it went right to Justin. I only got one
was-
guess for the last one.
All right. I apologize for calling this too early.
So should Kath go and then I can
Kath,
do my
you can.
second? Well, I was gonna say if she missed one, she could go now, and then it would go back to me in the order.
And then we
of-
can do
left.
And
the
then
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all
But
right.
the-
Okay. I really appreciate your accommodation. So sorry about that, Kath. So sorry I missed you there. All right,
It's
Kath,
okay.
go ahead. My bad. My bad. I'm turning red. My bad.
I'm gonna go David versus Goliath.
David versus Goliath, the first season I ever saw live. Is that on the board? Let's see.
You what?
That's ominous.
is. It is on the board for 1 point, brings Kath up to 6. All right, Megan, go right ahead. Let's see if you
Okay.
can clench this. Clinch, clench, clinch. We are clenching. You clinch the reward. There you go.
I'm thinking. No, if this will be on there or not, but I'm gonna say Token Jeans. I don't think-
Survivor Token Cheens, JT and Steven, the dynamic duo in which JT played a perfect game, iconic season. Is it on the board? It is not. So sorry, Megan. So sorry. All right, Robbie, let's see what you got here.
Can you just give me a score rundown?
Absolutely. So we have Megan in the lead at 7, Kath right behind at 6, Robbie right behind at 5, and then Justin out of it at 3.
Then I'm gonna go Cagayan.
Survivor Cagayan, Tony's first season, justice for Cass, and justice for Wu. We love him too. Is that on the board? So sorry, Robbie. So sorry. So sorry. All right, Justin, what do you think?
I think you're mean.
Yeah, I am.
I think I'm gonna go old school. I think I'm gonna go Borneo. It's like the first one. I feel like the first is the best.
Survivor Borneo, the premiere of the entire show 44 seasons ago. Let's see if it's on the board. So sorry, Justin. So sorry. All right, Kath, what do you think here? What do you think? With these two turns, you could win the challenge outright.
I know. God, don't make me shit my pants. Okay, I'm gonna go. I will do millennials versus Gen Z, or the Gen X, the one I'm talking about. That one.
Yes. The Battle of the Generations. Adam Klein's winning season. Millennials versus Gen X. Is it on the board?
Holy fuck.
It is for 1 point. Kath ties it up with Meg at 7 points each. Kath, can you win the challenge here?
I sure fucking better. Okay, give me a second. Fuck, why are there so many seasons of Survivor?
There's only 44.
No, we said like 7 of them. There's only 37.
Okay. The most current season 44.
Survivor 44 with the dynamic trio, the Tika 3, one of the most iconic alliances in all of Survivor. Is it on the board? It is not.
Ethan, your little fucking mouse movement.
I know. I did that on purpose too. Oh boy. All right, we're bringing it back to Justin. Justin, what do you think here? Are you going to make this a tie?
You mean like I get 4 points?
Exactly right. No.
I'm gonna go with my OG guess. I'm gonna say Game Changers.
Survivor Game Changers.
Really good season.
All right, the one season that I have not seen, literally.
Oh my God, what are you doing, Ethan?
I can't spew off a thing. I don't know. Malcolm gets voted out pre-merge. Oh yes, Queen stays queen, and that's what you get, and all that.
Neither one on the season.
No, that's
I'm
not
like,
right.
that's all you need to know. Like you know everything about the season.
Okay, all right. Is it on the board? So sorry. All right, Robbie, what do you think?
Pearl Islands.
Survivor Pearl Islands, pirate themed, many iconic characters, one that I just rewatched. Is it on the board? It is. Robbie gets that final point there, forcing a tie between Kath and Meg. Alrighty, y'all. Kath and Meg, I'm about to send you something. If you can both get ready to share your screens.
Oh God.
I'm sending the link into the Zoom chat right now. Please click on the link and pull it up, but do not start. Don't start. Don't start, goddamn you.
It's not even loaded. Oh, there it is.
Start. Okay. So you can see there is a gray rectangle. If you can practice this right now, if you click a box that's right next to the gray rectangle, it'll move to the gray rectangle. Go ahead and make one click here.
Okay.
Great. All right. So you're both ready. Try my best to make sure that I'm on it when you finish. But if I don't say it right away, make sure you call it Wendell style. Final 4 immunity tiebreaker challenge. Survivors ready? Go. All right. So we got Megan moving some pieces around. Let's take a look at Kath.
Ethan, I'm done.
Oh my God, that was so fast.
I'm done.
That was insane.
What? I am fucking done.
Holy cow. And before I even had time to move to Kath's screen, Kath finishes the puzzle, winning immunity and a guaranteed spot into the final 3. Wow, Kath, congratulations. How do you feel?
You know, I made a joke with somebody today. They were like, Kath, if you need to make fire, hope you can make fire. And this was fucking fire. So yeah, feels good.
You just beat Heidi's record of making fire from this past season. You literally did.
Wow, that's unreal.
There was ever a time to need immunity, it would be right now. Ethan, I want immunity. Oh my God. I'm not even good at puzzles. You have no idea. I have not won immunity this entire season, and I literally was like, I need to win immunity. I need to win immunity.
This is so painful. Ethan literally called the immunity challenge and said that I won. And then it turned out that he had skipped one of her turns in the game, and then she ended up beating me in a slide puzzle. And like took her like literally 0.5 seconds to do, and I had made zero progress at all.
Holy shit, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Oh my gosh, what an immunity challenge.
Ethan and his fake news challenges. So we got to the last one, and obviously I had no shot at winning. Surprise. And Robbie, I texted Robbie on Discord real quick. I'm like, Robbie, I think we should throw our answers so that Kath can win, because we want to vote out Meg. So that's what we did, and Kath won. So that's good, because hello, bye Meg.
I would like to see Meg go. I'm curious if we will get a tie. I want Meg 100% gone.
Both Kath and Justin are saying that they're going to go Meg, and I truly believe them. I think Meg is the next biggest threat next to me, but I think that they want to go to the end with me. I really hope they're telling the truth.
I'm voting Justin. I just have to hope that he'll vote for me if I make it to the jury, and I just have to hope that he and Kath don't try and vote me out.
I've loved playing with Meg, but Meg is a winner and, a challenge beast. And if they get to the end, they'll win.
But I hope they see Meg as the biggest threat as being a previous winner. And Meg, you have played an amazing, amazing game. If you go to the end right now, you win against any of us, I think. I don't even know. But this has been so crazy. And the fact that Kath and Meg, it came down to this after their whole rivalry all season, and Kath took out Meg to win immunity. And if we send Meg home on that win, that is just poetic for everyone involved. We've been trying to get Meg out for so long, and finally we can. So I just hope it comes to fruition. But if they do flip on me, kudos to them, and I've had a blast.
I'm nervous though, because in this game, everyone's just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for this person, and then they vote for you. But I truly hope that I'm gonna be able to be here next round and compete, and so we will see.
God, I don't know. This game is crazy. This is gonna be a really good season. That's all I got to say.
All right, we're gonna start tribal council, unless anybody doesn't want to. Well, no, I'm gonna force you. Okay. All right, let's bring back our jury. Please welcome back Vinz and Lena, Rachel, Richie, and Joseph voted out the last tribal council. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome jury. Hello finalists. First things first, congratulations, Kath, on winning Final Four immunity, a guaranteed spot in the Final Three. How do you feel?
I'm still shaking. If there's ever a time to have final immunity, it would be now. So I'm happy I could hustle with a puzzle. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm. There was some jokey discussion. I don't know how jokey it was about, oh my gosh, is this going to be a Final Three or a Final Two? You just said you won a final immunity. Are you certain it's a Final Three?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, that's not what I meant. I meant this immunity, not final. I don't know what it will be. I haven't really won any challenges before this one. So I really wanted to hustle, because I think when there's 4, there's really nowhere you can hide.
Megan, you were right there, right behind in the challenge going into tiebreakers. How does it feel not having immunity? I see 3 villains here and 1 hero. Is it that simple?
I don't think it's that simple. It really sucks not having immunity though. Yeah, this is the first time in a really long time that I've genuinely felt like I'm not safe. because, you know, in all the other rounds, I had my idol for like 5 rounds, I think. And then I also had immunity twice. So this is the first time where I'm like, I really have like nothing to save myself. So that sucks and is scary. Ethan was like, great, I'm gonna send you a link. And I had flashbacks to last season with Alex and Tim doing the slide puzzle. So yeah, I don't know. I wish I had practiced, wish I had followed my gut. But here we are.
Justin, what is your gut saying in this moment? You're a newbie to this community, this group, this competition, and yet here you are in the final 4. What's your perspective?
I think this is a first. Everyone's like really nervous. I'm very nervous. So because I've almost gone home twice in a row now. So would third time be the charm? Hoping not. Because I don't think that's the smartest decision right now.
And Robbie, you are no stranger to being, close to the end in these competitions. Is it different every time, or do you feel like your past experiences have prepared you for this moment?
No, it's completely different every time. It's always literally a new cast. Even if it is similar characters, they're all playing different games than they did before. And I think that's what makes it fun and interesting. You have to figure out what type of game the returners are playing, and how do you ingratiate the newbies as well. Justin made a good point. He said the smartest move to do, because we don't know if it's going to be the 3 or the 2 and sitting in the final tribal council. And this vote is truly about who do you think remains is most likely to bring you along if they are to win immunity next round, if it is a final 2. So it really isn't as easy as 3 villains, 1 hero.
It's a matter of perspective. So are you saying that, like, if you knew for certain it was a final 3 versus a final 2, that would change how you vote in this tribal?
Absolutely. I'm hoping you'll now tell me.
No.
Okay. But yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's who you want to go up against in the finals. Who do you think you have the best chance about winning? Or do you want to take a player that's just as strong? It all depends on what you want to sit next to in the end. But getting to the end is the most important part. So I think right now the most important decision is who do you think will take you if you don't win the next challenge, given it's a final 2.
All right, everybody. Well, that's all the questions I have for you all. Does anybody else have anything they would like to say?
I'd like to use my hidden immunity idol now.
Certainly, go for it. All right. Well, without further ado, I will bring you all one by one into the voting booth. We will see who will become the 6th member of our jury in Zoom Survivor Season 9, Heroes versus Villains. Good luck to everyone. Cannot vote for Kath.
It's funny, I started this season like gunning for this person, and right now it sucks to vote them out because I actually had a lot of fun playing with them. So I am voting Meg, and I'm trying to win this one now. So that's my vote.
I'm really sorry. I know you're probably going to be upset with me for doing this, and I hope that it doesn't influence how you vote at the end, but I do think that you genuinely have a really, really good story. You have an underdog arc. Did I say underdog arc? Yeah. You've avoided being voted out a bunch of times, and I think that you're going to be able to pitch yourself well at the end, so my vote is for Justin.
We might have a final 3, but we might have a final 2. Thinking of how all of these things could come together, I am going to vote Meg. I don't want to have to go up against her in the final, and also like 3 villains. Come on.
I think my best shot of winning is against Justin and Kath and Meg. I had a pleasure finally being able to play with you and strategize with you and game with you. It's what we've been wanting to do since the beginning of Apocalypse, and we finally were able to do it. But you were such a good player. You're a previous winner. I hope we can be friends. I'm gonna go out with you to the karaoke bar in Brooklyn, but unfortunately tonight I have to vote you out. I am so sorry, Meg.
All right, everybody. All right, the votes are in. I will read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final, and the person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom call immediately. All right, here we go. First vote, Megan. Second vote, Justin. third vote, Megan, the sixth member of our jury. Megan, I am so sorry.
I knew it. I was just about to text Robbie that if it was a tie, that I wouldn't be mad if he voted me out. So
I had to, Meg. You're a winner. You're so good.
I also echo that.
I had to.
Oh.
You looked at me.
I know. I knew it was gonna happen. I love you guys. This was so
Great
fun.
game, Meg. Amazing game.
Seriously. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
10-minute
Okay,
breaks.
y'all, jury. I will be putting you all back into your jury room. Final 3. Stay tuned for your final immunity challenge. Holy cow.
I've been thinking about this exact vote for a really long time. Even before I knew who was at the final 4, I had like a premonition. Like it felt like a sinking feeling where I was like, I'm either gonna go out at 4 or it's gonna be a tie, like a 2-2 tie between me and someone else. But I literally was in the process of texting Robbie. The exact words I was going to say were, if it's a tie between me and Justin, you should vote me. Because, I just won last season. It would have been, I'm about to cry. It would have been really amazing to win again. And I do think I would have won if I got to the end. So it is a little disappointing, but I guess this is my my heroic exit. And I'm really proud of Robbie for making it this far. And I wish I could sit at the end with him and make my case, but I'm really proud of the game that I played. And this was such a good season. It was so much fun. And I've never been on the jury before, so I'm really excited to be on the jury. And I'm just emotional, but that was a really great way to go out. I feel really good about my arc in this game. So thanks.
Okay, I have a very different outlook on life, which is so crazy compared to the last time I was at the end. Towards the end of my last game, I was really like, I need control, I need to do this. And I feel like one of the things I'm that extends to my outside life is like this notion of control and this inability to trust that something will work out. And like the last challenge really showed me that like if I didn't play a quiet game, I would have not been able to make that move. So I'm very happy that happened.
I really want to sit here and say that vote, like, that wasn't easy, but it truly was an easy strategic decision, but it honestly wasn't an easy personal, like, emotional decision. So I really hope there's no ill feelings, because I really do enjoy Meg's company and her as a person, but I am just also on the other end of the spectrum so elated to be in the final 3.
I think I should get an immunity just because I can do quick changes. I think that literally should just be a thing. I really would like to win this challenge, but I also kind of have talked to both Kath and Robbie, and it seems like they would take me.
The only thing is, if I do end up winning this immunity challenge, I am going to be so torn who to take to final tribal with me. Part of me is like, just throw the challenge, let them decide. They're both going to take you, Robbie.
I think I could sit with Robbie, actually. I think I could go to the end with Robbie. So I've already spoken to Justin regarding it and like hoping if he wins, he'll take me too. I feel like now I could equally sit with both of them.
So I think for me, it's like, I'm going to do my best. I want to get to final 2. And I'm like really nervous just because I feel like at this point, it really could be anyone's game. So
this is going to be the hardest decision in the game if I win and have to choose between Kath and Justin. Both have shown loyalty. Both have been genuine to me. I think I win against either one of them. It's just a matter of who's going to be more bitter on the jury. And I don't know what I'll do. So I'm still focused on winning for now. But if I do, the next time you see me in this confessional booth, I'm going to be a stressed out motherfucker. But I'm here to win the challenge and make it to Final Tribal Council on my own accord. So let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to announce the challenge. I'll give you 15 minutes to work on it. I think that should be enough time. If you're all feeling like that's not enough time, I might give you more time, but I don't think so. Okay, I shouldn't even said that. All right. I'm going to send a link Sorry.
A link. Kath's eyes lit up. She's like, another
I
slime.
know. I'm like, is there? I can't do it. My nerves are shot, Ethan. No more slime puzzles, please.
Oh, jeez.
So you should see a link in there. You can click on it and view it. This is to an online whiteboard of sorts where you can draw or type or anything, upload a picture, whatever. I would like each of you to create a depiction of the encapsulation of your journey this season. This can be literal, this can be figurative, it can be abstract, it could be literally anything you want. But the idea is the theme of the drawing that you make is, this is what my survivor journey meant to me. I would like you to make this drawing, and I also would like you to type with it a plaque, just to, 2 or 3 sentences describing what is this drawing, a little bit, elaborating a little bit about what this drawing is about and what it means. I'm going to be bringing in a guest judge, and we're going to have a gallery privately. I will show the guest judge the drawings and read the plaques to them. And then that person, the guest judge, will decide which one is their favorite. That person will win immunity and a guaranteed spot into the final 2. I'm going to hop into the jury room and get some tea. You have till 9:15.
All right. Thank you, Ethan.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
If it was a Robbie Kath final 2, I am on. It's going to come down to the answers and how they explain their game to me. And if Justin's in there with someone, then whoever's not Justin will get my vote, unfortunately, for Justin.
With Justin's gameplay, though, like it could be a strategy. It could be a good strategy to.
You're saying that?
It could be a strategy to, have the puppy dog eyes and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of follow you around.
He knows what he's doing.
So,
Also knows what he's doing.
I hear what you're saying. Like, he knows what he's doing. A part of me sees it, but a part of me isn't convinced. I feel like I'm just frustrated by it. At the what was me? I'm new. Like, take it easy. Like. I feel like there's just a right way and a wrong way to play that game, and maybe he did it right because I feel rubbed the wrong way. That means he did it right. It was just kind of annoying.
He never shut up about that time you called him out. Like for every round, he talked about it to me.
It was just me being like, "Hey,
He really talked about it a lot.
Have you tried doing this? Have you tried shifting your perspective?"
I was literally crying to him after the Kath situation, and he was like, yeah, when Lena said blah 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 to me, and I was like, hello? I was for a wildly different situation.
For me, when he would message me, if I didn't respond in 5 minutes, he'd send another message. And it just kind of gave me anxiety. So I feel like I always needed to be on. I couldn't be off when we were talking. We had some very good, genuine conversations, and I appreciated all of those. And I do think of him as a nice person, but in this game, it just frustrated me.
It was stressful to play with.
Yes.
I agree. So with this final 3, where is everyone at?
And Robbie was my highest.
Yeah.
Robbie was I went Robbie, Meg. And I did say Justin, Kath, but those 2 are kind of same level.
I need to hear everyone speak, but right now it's Robbie and Kath are on the same level because I feel like they made some moves or had some good social game, and I'm not opposed to Justin winning. I need to hear a good final statement kind of thing, and whatever he needs to own up to, not just be I'm new. I need something more than that.
Obviously my initial choice is Robbie. But I also need to hear him individuate how his game was different than mine, basically. I need to hear what he was doing without me because we were working together the whole time.
Gaggy, that I'm still gagged by that.
Oh, that we were literally like this?
Yeah, I thought that was me and Robbie.
Who could have?
I want to hear what Kath has to say about what she did strategically after that blow up that she had towards me and Rachel to turn her game around, basically. Yeah, I want to hear what her process was to get back on track. Because I think that was not a bright spot in her story.
Loud and wrong were the words you used, and I thought that was quite accurate.
And it was. So many things she said, I was like, that's not true. Also, Vins, I said to Vins that I would be willing to work with Kath, and I meant that. But I guess she didn't believe it.
All right, excellent. All right, so thank you all. I'm going to bring in our guest judge so you can just know who's judging your thing. This was a heroes versus villains season. However, I'm going to be bringing in a hero of mine in my life. Please welcome my mother, who will be judging.
Hi, everybody.
Yes,
Hi.
thank you very much,
Hi.
Dr. Salenza, therapist and hero in my eyes. Thank you very much for judging this for our final three.
I am thrilled to be here, and I do just want to say to everybody, congratulations for making it this far.
Thank you.
Certainly
so much.
had fun. I'm sure you have.
Great. And
A
Mom,
lot
I
of
see you-
stress too, but
I know.
All right. Mom, I'm going to bring us into a private breakout room where we will be, where I will show you the things in question. She will be doing the judging in private. You'll have to see in the playback what specifically she said about your works. We'll come back and she will decide which is her favorite and who wins immunity and a guaranteed spot into the final two. A lot of pressure, Mom.
It's not personal. I promise.
We get it.
Alrighty, so I asked the survivors to draw through an online whiteboard a depiction of their journey throughout this game.
Okay.
This could be abstract, it could be literal, it could be literally whatever. I would like you to pick your favorite for literally any reason whatsoever. Just whatever is your favorite for whatever reason. And if you want to make a comment about the arts, you absolutely may. All right, here is the first one. All right, great. So as we can see, there are a few different pictures here. You probably don't know who Tiffany New York Pollard, I believe her last name is. You got Beyonce up there, and then a couple of, can you see me zooming in?
Oh, yes. Thank you for doing that.
Great.
Great.
A couple of like survivor pictures. And let me know if you want me to zoom in anything specific. I'll read the plaque here for you.
Okay,
It says-
perfect. Hold on. Are the survivor pictures of this game?
No, of the real show.
Oh.
That's Jeff Probst in that one.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the plaque says, this piece is dedicated to all those newbies who want to just let Gemma know. In this game, I was taken terribly underestimated and told I would not have a shot at winning in the very first round. You can see the growth I made from being nervous in the first tribal by being embarrassed, at least no one took my shoes, to the beautiful flower I have become, to statements of affirmation from Queen Bey, who is Beyonce, who I am sure would be proud of me today, and lots of survivor blindsides and Ethan on the way. So this was a journey of, it seems, seed to flower, you know, being brand new into this game and then making it to the final three.
Yeah, right. And gaining confidence.
And gaining confidence. All right, let me get to the next one. All right, number 2. So we got the Barbie movie that's coming out, you may know. A whole bunch of movies, it seems, a graph.
Okay.
Let me read the plaque for you.
Okay, perfect.
So first, there was an explosion. Then there was a swap. Then sent to Exile Island. Then there was a heist. Then a merge. Then a blindside. Then an idol. Then a winning of immunity. There was a civil war. They got the Aussie out. There was a winner taken out. Question mark, question mark. And now final tribal council, if they make it, they will be the Barbie. So I think all of these are movies that represent those different events that happened throughout the game. Yeah, like Ocean's 8 for the heist. You got The Blind Side starring Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side.
Right.
You know, Captain America Civil War for the sort of alliance betrayal that apparently happened. There was a player from Australia who got voted out, and that's the Kangaroo Jack one.
Okay. These are like the highlights of the
Exactly.
game. Yeah.
So a more literal literal.
And linear. Yeah.
And linear. Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the third one and the final one. Okay, great. So as we can see, there is a childhood picture here that's being rained on by a cloud, the cloud of control, of gracelessness, of loud, of being cruel, people calling her Chaos Kath, you know, the rain coming down saying, you will never
Childhood.
change.
Yeah.
But as we grow out, it seems as we grow out of childhood through the rainbow, we got laughing, going with the flow. Maybe a religious connection of acknowledging my wrongs. And the quote there says, every storm eventually runs out of rain. I am thankful I am here to see the rainbow. I am proud of you no matter the weather.
Oh.
No. Okay, let me know if you want me to show any of the other pictures again. I'm curious your reactions, what you think.
Yeah. Well, the last one really tugs at my heart because it reminds me of the work I do, you know, sort of getting in touch with the child within, the you who, or the parts of you that you don't like, or the parts of you that were young and needed to grow. I like the first one too, for the same reason, because it's psychological, you know. It showed a growth and a blossoming, and especially in terms of gaining confidence. The middle one was very interesting and complicated. It's a little hard for me to relate to because I didn't see the season, and so I'm definitely going to pick either 1 or 3. And I think I'll go with.
All righty, everybody. Let me just bring the guest judge back in. We had a very, very intense, very interesting deliberation. A lot of really like racking our brains, racking her brain, really, you know, going back through art history throughout centuries.
Oh my God.
I know they're really beautiful masterpieces.
Amazing.
They were
They're
all
sending them to the Louvre.
Exactly.
Thank
yes.
you.
Great work to you all. Great work to you all. You all did great throughout the season. So should be proud of yourself regardless. However, the winner of the final 3 immunity challenge with a guaranteed spot into the final 2 is Kath. Kath, congratulations. You win immunity. You are in the final 2. You have made it to final tribal council again. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel really thankful. I think with this challenge, I really wanted to like have fun, and I'm happy with the piece I presented, even if I didn't win, because it felt really true to me in the game and me outside of the game. So making that piece was winning it for me, to be honest with you. So I really appreciate it.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Salenza, my mother, for being here tonight. Thank you for judging.
Everybody have a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mom. You are dismissed.
No matter what happens at Final Tribal, like I feel like I've already won, and it means a lot. And I didn't add it in my collage, but I'm coming back into a space where I played this game in a very different headspace the first time I played it, and I really wanted to play a different game, and I feel like I played it exactly how I was supposed to play it. Before this period of time, I had a lot of shame regarding my game, and now I don't, and I'm just like really proud of myself.
I didn't win immunity, and I thought I had a good shot at winning. I felt like my concept was really good. I gave that one my all, so I'm really proud of myself regardless of what happened. I feel like Kath might pick me to go to the final, but I don't know.
Truly, my whole feeling has shifted. It's weighing on my heart a lot what's going to happen next. And Justin asked me while Kath was in her confessional, do you want to go at it at Final Tribal Council? Do you want to give it one last hurrah? The competitor in me absolutely wants to do that. But I've been fighting this entire game, and I do have a little bit more fight in me. But I don't want to put that on Kath. She has already been through so much. She's already come such a long way from the first time she played this game to where she is today. I don't want her to have to feel any worse getting rid of one of us.
I didn't win final immunity the first time I played, so this was like, I'm really proud. But okay, logistically, I love Robbie. He is like Mr. Popular.
I hope that she takes me, obviously. I'm really happy with the game I played. I think it's the best performance I've had in this entire series I've played in, and I had a lot of fun, and I met a lot of cool new people. So, of course, I want to be in Final Tribal Council. I think her getting these 2 immunity wins back to back builds her resume, and maybe she feels less threatened by taking me. But again, I kind of want to leave it up to her. Of course, I'll give my 2 cents. I really hope she takes me, and I mean, maybe we'll crown her a winner this time. Who knows?
But Justin, I feel like I don't know. I think I've played enough big moves that I could win against somebody else. I have to noodle on it. This is hard. This is a hard decision.
I personally can't move myself further in this game. And one thing I've been working on in my personal life is just like letting go of control sometimes. And like, there's nothing else I can do. So I feel nervous, but I also feel kind of at peace because it is what it is. So you see this outfit. I have one more outfit change. We'll see if I'm on the jury or if I am in the final 2.
All right, everybody, let's bring back the jury. Please welcome back Vinz, Lena, Rachel, Richie, Joseph, and Megan voted out at the last tribal council. Hello, jury. All right. Well, first things first. Kath, congratulations on winning final immunity, a guaranteed spot in the final 2. How do you feel?
You know, it's crazy. I mean, I feel like the last time I played, Vinz won final immunity and I was really stressed out. And now I have it. I'm also stressed out, but yeah, it feels really surreal. Again, I feel like before this session even started, I was questioning, like, you know, how did I get to the end? Did I do anything crazy and worth it to get here? And it really feels like I've had kind of like a 180 since we started the session. And I feel like I've really hustled today, and I played the game my way, and I'm happy about this last challenge.
You're sort of in an interesting spot where you basically just get to decide who are you bringing to the final 2. Last time you were brought. What's it like this time having to bring?
You know, I during the pause, I went to have an ice cream sandwich and I was like, I think I can relax now. Now I'm like, am I going to throw up or shit my pants or both? I have to take into account the jury, you know, I'd be dumb not to. We've seen over time, even down to Apocalypse, that jury management is very important. I lost by 1 jury vote the first time I played. So that is really important here. And also, you know, which person I can hold up my game to and say, you know, we played different games, but I played the smart one here.
Justin, what is your pitch to Kath? Why should Kath bring you to the final 2?
I think for me, I just am looking at the stories and I'm just going to be very blunt. Like, what's the story that Kath is going to have a better counter to? I would probably say mine. Well, there are people on the jury that probably are not a fan of me. And that's where I'm at. I don't think I played the best friendship game. And I think that that's like frankly, a weakness of mine. I do want to add though, I'm feeling like an eerie sense of calm. I said in my confessional, I was like, I've done everything I can possibly do at this point. Like I might be able to convince Kath if I like just keep talking for the next however long the jury will let me, but there's nothing else I can do. So I'm feeling like an eerie sense of calm.
Yeah, when Kath was in the confessional, Justin was kind of like, should we go at it at Final Tribal Council? And I was kind of like, I don't know. Like, it does feel like we've done everything we could do. Don't want to make Kath feel any more pressure. Obviously, we both still have some fight left. So if you want to put the gloves on, we can. But I was just like, I see you, Richie.
Well, Robbie, just put on half a glove. Like, what is your pitch to why Kath should bring you?
Yes, Justin says that he didn't really play the friendship game well, which I think that some people in the jury I did get close to. So me voting them out hurt even more than when he voted them out. So I had the personal connections that he might not have made, and that cuts deeper than if you just vote out someone you didn't really make a close connection with. And I will also say, I mean, Justin, it's really impressive. He's the last newbie standing. He's been talking about it all game. He's a newbie, and he made it to the very, very end, which is impressive. And also, he might say, I made a lot of moves, and I was in on some votes. But with that being said, it's also how you bounce back when you're not in the group necessarily. and you can still get here and bounce back from those votes that you weren't in. And Kath did a great job at that too. So honestly, like Kath said earlier, we all played dynamic different games. It's a matter of who Kath wants to take for whatever reason.
Justin?
Yeah, so the first person who was evacuated, was her name like Jessica or something? Was she
Charlotte?
Charlotte. Was she a newbie?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to counter this point, I'm one of 5 newbies. So like me beating 4 newbies, is that really comparable to beating like veterans within the game as a veteran who has gotten to the end before? I don't know.
Yes, Justin, you've beaten not only newbies, but also vets, which is more impressive. You've beaten 4 newbies and a bunch of other vets. So that is very impressive and is a good mark on your report card.
I feel like that's coming from Miss like Americana, who won every positive superlative in the top 6 challenge. Most funny, most likely to win.
But that was only people that were left in the game. If the jury members at that time had to vote, it might be different. I might not have won all those and someone else might have. Just as much as you said you have enemies on the jury, I think I do have people that have a bad taste in their mouth about me as well. But I truly, it's up to Kath at the end of the day. And I think, we'll leave it at that. I think there's a reason to bring and not bring both of us.
Certainly. All right. Well, this has been very interesting. 3 villains who fought valiantly through this game, as did everybody. But here you are in the final 3. Congratulations to you all. Unless anybody has anything else they would like to say, I will bring Kath into the voting booth. Kath, you are going to decide who you are bringing to this final 2. Simply say the name who you want to vote out as our final jury member, our 7th and final jury member. All right, I'll see you in the voting booth.
I sure as hell did not see this happening at the end of this evening. This sucks. This really, really sucks. I need to take the person that I think I can beat. And I really do think I can beat this person. Yeah. All right. I am going to be taking...
All right, everyone. The vote is in. We'll read the vote. Once the vote is read, the decision is final. And the person voted out will stay.
Wait, can I say something, Ethan, please?
Please.
Okay, thanks. So I just want to start off by saying that it was really awesome to go to the final 3 with both you, Robbie, and Justin. I love just the fact that we could like have fun with this challenge. And I really want to stress that the reason why I picked this person to go with me is because I think that I can beat this person. It is absolutely nothing personal. And I loved playing with you both. So I want to stress that heavily. This is truly nothing personal. This is no vendetta, nothing like that. And I had a blast, really. So I just wanted to get that out there before Ethan read the name.
Alrighty. And with that, I will read the vote. And once the vote is read, the decision is final and the person voted out will stay here. We'll go right into final tribal council. The 7th and final member of our jury is Robbie. Robbie, I'm so sorry. Alrighty. Woo! Alrighty. Kath and Justin, you have made it to the final 2. Congratulations to Kath and to Justin. Please think of a opening speech. The only advice I ever give to finalists is keep it brief, keep it succinct. I'm telling you. Okay. All right, everybody. All right. Welcome to the final tribal council. Justin and Kath, our final 2. Congratulations to the both of you. A very long and hard-fought journey, as is every season. Congratulations to you both. Regardless if you win or lose, you did a heck of a job this season. At this point, what is going to happen is we're going to have opening speeches from the both of you, just a minute or 2 of what your game was, even less ideally. And the jury will then have jury speeches. We'll go in elimination order. We'll start with Vinz and end with Robbie. Kath or Justin, would either of you like to go first with your opening statements? All right, Kath, go for it.
Okay. Hi everyone. I played a previous season. I made it to the end and I lost by 1 vote. I was the villain of that season. I was very loud. I was very obnoxious. I got the nickname Chaos Kath. And when I was asked to come on to the Villains Tribe, it was really my goal to play a very different game. I knew that I would have a target on my back based on my previous gameplay. So I wanted to be as quiet and as non-threatening and adaptable as I could. Along the way, there was a big upset, a big firework I left off at a tribal council that made me really reassess my gameplay, both in the game and outside of my personal life. And I basically just adapted and moved forward from that. I was on the outside of most votes. I really didn't win immunity before today. So I'm really happy that today I was able to win immunity twice and get 2 big players out from this season. And yeah, that's what I got for a big overview of my game.
Fantastic. All right. Go right ahead, Justin.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin. I'm just here, just like excited to be here, I guess. My strategy in this game was to start off strong. I think I came in first round and was like, I'm gonna whoop some A. And I was humbled extremely quickly through another rookie who decided to spread crap. And at that moment, I thought to myself, how do I recoup from this? And I was listening to a podcast by, it was a Survivor podcast, and the advice was to be the most average player that you could be. From that moment on, I thought if I could just blend into the environment, I think that I could really have a shot at doing well. So for example, I threw a few challenges. I do have 2 masters. I have a master's in marriage and family therapy and a master's in elementary education. I also am a national board certified teacher. So just a quick example, during the Sing Songy challenge where Ethan was reading to us and we had to remember things, it made me think of when I did read alouds as a kid, but I had just come off an immunity win and I was like, I cannot win this. So I did not answer the second question correctly and then just sat. I am meticulous. I have notes on everything that's happened. Was waiting for a trivia challenge. It never happened. And I think that strategy of being average and really just sliding under the radar really helped me. It got me to the final 6 without gaining votes. And then thank you, Kath, and thank you, Joseph. You broke my streak. And then I received votes every tribal, but I never was eliminated because I don't think people saw me as a threat. And my purpose was to be a silent threat. So thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, strong start. Let's keep it going. We'll get to the jury, some jury questions. Remember, jury, you can ask a question or make a statement to the final 2. You can also talk to your fellow jury members. The other jury members just can't respond. All righty. So up first, the first person voted out at the merge, Vince. Go ahead, take it away.
Hi, my name is Vince. Welcome to my TED Talk. This is really difficult for me because I was going to base my vote off of whoever talked to me the most and whoever treated me like an actual human being instead of a game bot. And you guys both had genuine conversations with me. And I think you really broke the stereotype of what a villain can be. My vote will be going to whoever can tell me the most genuine thing about me, like stuff we would have in a conversation, stuff that we would pick up from the many talks that we had instead of just something you picked off of, I don't know, social media from somebody else. That I got a target on my back because I said we should all split up the maps in our first thing. You know, everyone knows that. So give me something that somebody wouldn't know.
I'm giving you something that you would not know about me.
About me.
About you. I think the most real conversation we had was actually right before your elimination. Like, I don't want to out you, but I thought we were in an all queer cast. So to hear about your Hinge your Hinge back and forth with people, I thought that was so interesting and was a very genuine moment for me. Well, I was genuinely shocked. And I felt like that was a very real moment that we had together, albeit how short it was.
Thank you.
I want to say Vince will take you to some of the best eateries in LA if you ever go there. Lena, I'm sure he's already done that with you. He used some of his winning, you used some of your winning money to get me a cameo from Tyson which is awesome and really cool. And when you were blindsided, it affected me personally. I was really upset, and I know that you're really fucking pissed at Lena, because that was really fucked up. You were somebody I know who cared about me outside of the game, and it really shifted my perspective. So I'm just glad that this game connected me with you, because I consider you one of my closest friends.
Anything else from you, Vince?
No, that was it. Thank you guys. And good luck.
Okay. And then right up next, we have Lena, the second person voted out.
Wow. Okay, what a game. I think that both of you have had very different games. Kath, I did know you as Chaos Kath. That was a whole lifetime ago. And it was really interesting to see you, I mean, kind of like catch up after all these years and play again and see how we've changed as people in this game, outside this game. Justin, this is the first time I ever interacted with you ever, but still it was really cool to just kind of see you evolve. And I will say, like, you know, it makes sense kind of like what you were saying, like be average, be like, you know, like blend in. But I feel like at times you didn't quite have like a gameplay, and maybe you did such a good job of blending in that I feel that way because you did your job correctly. Like Justin, you were part of a big move. Kath, I know you were kind of on the outs for some of these votes, but I still think that you had a strong game. What I want to hear from both of you is I just want to hear you both own up to your game and just like, Justin, were you as clueless as you made us think you were? Or like, was everything calculated? And if so, I need examples. Like, I need you to own up to not just being like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm new, kind of thing. And Kath, you know, this wasn't Chaos Kath round, but I love that for your personal development. But I want to hear you too be like, this is what I led. So that's where I'm at.
I said previously that I was on the outside of many votes, and that was calculated at some point. Specifically for your vote, Lena, Justin messaged me when I was in the booth and said, we are going Lena. And we originally said at that point that we were going to go Justin. And I was supposed to vote Justin, and I knew that it was going to be on you, but I did not write your name down. And the moment that the jury started to form, I wrote down 3 of the names on this jury. It was Rachel, Meg, and Robbie. I never wrote down Richie's name and got it successfully. I never wrote down Joseph's name and got it successfully. I never wrote down your name, and I never wrote down Vince's name. And that was a play by me. I wanted to make sure like jury management was like top of my list. On top of that, I want to acknowledge that there were times that I felt like Chaos Kath kind of jumped in major ways and in minor ways. In the major way, specifically with Meg and Rachel, I spoke to them individually after that I did not want to be strategic at all. That was genuinely coming from me outside of the game because I had to take a break, and it triggered a part of me. For those of you who don't know, I just hit a year of sobriety, and going through that big kind of explosion hit upon like a past life for me. So it shook my world outside the game as well as in it. And my priority right now is taking care of me outside of the game. So I think for me, taking a look at my game, I wanted to prioritize my safety as well as acknowledge like my faults. There were moments where I was like, I'm not playing a good game at all. Like, this sucks. I haven't made any big moves. And the more I thought about it, and it really feels like it was encapsulated by the last challenge, I thought about my younger self, and I feel like I had fun. Like when I started working with Meg, Joseph, and Robbie on like a big vote to get Richie out, and that was great. I was actively like, this was a cool, fun time, and I'm not in control. And my whole last game was about control. So it was really cool to like let up the reins and just kind of lean into a different version of me that I've been scared to embrace for a long time. So
I think for me, you're looking for that more villainous side from what I'm hearing. How did I make moves within this game? I think my first move was in the second round when we voted out Manny. I told Manny to vote for Richie. And then throughout every round that we had, after I heard that it was a blow up at the Herons tribe, I would go to Richie and be like, I cannot believe that Robbie would tell him to do that. I think another time was the Richie blindside. Robbie and I were talking in the top 7. I talked to all of the villains, and I was like, hey, like if I get voted out, I'm going to really miss you. So I went to Robbie and was like, what do you think we should do? I went to Meg. I was like, what do you think we should do? Meg was like, I'm down to vote with you. And I was like, do you think Robbie would be interested? Robbie and I were already on board. We didn't want people to know we were chatting, so we did that. They both were saying originally Kath. I was like, I don't think this is the time. So I just kept being like, who do you guys think we should vote for? Maybe we should rank them. And it kept happening until Richie finally came up, and then I stopped talking about it. So while I didn't want to say his name directly because I was nervous about who was working with who, I kept like trying to shake up the dice to see when they would end up on Richie. And I would say in comparison to Kath, I do think I was in some instrumental votes. I was in the top 8 vote, the top 6 vote, the top 5 vote. I knew that I needed to be in at pivotal moments. And I told Kath this last night, my top 7 vote was a protest vote after what happened in the top 8. That was where my vote went. I was like, I didn't think that the behavior in the top 8 was right. That was why I voted the way that I did. Top 4, Meg was winning the immunity challenge, and I texted Robbie and asked him if we should throw the challenge questions so that Kath could win. And we both like got our questions incorrect so that Meg would lose. So that was another moment in the end game where I like was strategic.
Well, Justin, I also finished the slide puzzle. So you did not do that for me. So I did win that. We can continue though.
We got you the points, so we can continue.
You did not make the puzzle. I just want to reiterate that to the jury so we all have some witnesses there.
And we wouldn't get to the puzzle if you were tied with Meg. So I will also it.
Can I ask the jury a question, Ethan? Is that allowed? Very quickly. I just want to raise of hands. How many people had their jury vote held against them by Justin? Because that isn't playing clueless. Also, Len, I just want to make sure you understand that the reason why you were voted out was because Justin thought you clapped back at him for him saying like, I'm a new player, this is a disadvantage. And then you spoke up after, very kindly, might I add, saying that that's actually an advantage. So I just want us all to be on the same page there.
Okay.
Do we respond to that, Ethan, or not?
No, that's okay. Lena, do you have anything you would like to say though? No? Okay. All right, let's move on to our third jury member. Rachel, go right ahead.
I'm Pink, representing the Barbie. Yes. Hello. Congratulations, Justin, Kath. I am not a bitter juror. I don't have it in me to be a bitter juror. Kath, we've done what we need to do. We've talked. I know you were genuine to me. And Justin, we worked together until we didn't. And so I'm not a bitter juror. I come here and I look at the whole game through what I experienced. And I think that's really important because I brought it up a lot this season is perspective and perception. And in Survivor and in my own personal life, I've really felt like this is the theme of like my season is perception, my perception of myself and my perception of other people, and also the management of other people's perception of me. Obviously, Kath, when you were calling me and Meg out, that was perception. That was fed by certain people. That was something that I couldn't control because that was what you had. You had gathered data, and that is what you believed. I genuinely don't think anyone wanted to take me to the end, whether that was because I had a good game or whether that was because like I just didn't factor into their strategy. That is the perception that I have from this group about the way that I played. And that's fine. Like the time I've had on the jury and the time I've been able to spend it like both in and outside of this game, I've come to terms with that and realized like that's okay. And it's been really wonderful. And this season has been such a blast. Like I've genuinely enjoyed, I can't say every moment because there were some rough moments, but I've genuinely enjoyed the whole experience that I've had both this season and last season. So my question is, of course, related to perception and other people's perceptions of you. What do you think is my perception of you? Like, and your game? What do you think I see about you? Do you think I'm going to vote for you is maybe really even the question.
I don't think you're going to vote for me because of the big explosion at the tribal between you, myself, and Meg. I think that I got to the end, and I think that you respect that I've gotten to the end. I don't think that you respect me for that gameplay that I made. But I also empathize with what you were saying regarding you perceived something incorrectly. And that's how I felt after that tribal. I did, taking my time off, I really had to sit back. And there was this fear of like, even before I reached out to you and Meg separately, of like, they could tell me to fuck right off. I was an asshole. And I don't stand, like, that was totally unacceptable. So I hope that you sense the genuineness from my apology, because I did mean that.
Thank you, Kath.
What I know is that you are a very strategic person. And so I don't think you're not going to vote against Kath because of that incident. I think you are going to look at the games and you're going to make a calculation as to who is being strategic at multiple points in the game. I think my hope is that you will see that we were shook at your elimination, and I was able to take that in the next round and have the next 2 rounds where, even though people were gunning after me, I got through. For that reason, and being on more of the votes and having that gameplay aspect, I do think that your vote would go towards me. But I don't, and I want to say, if you as a jury member are going to vote against Kath because of that moment, I don't want you to do that. And I don't think that's my place to say, but like, don't hold that against her. She has truly made, like, she is a different person. I don't want people to hold that moment against her. Like, I know her and I just kind of went at it in the last question, but truthfully, like, if you're going to vote for me because of that moment, don't vote for me. I want you to make it based off of gameplay. So
thank you, Justin.
I appreciate that, Justin.
Yeah. I'll say, I mean, I went through, obviously, as many on the jury do, I went through that moment of anger and frustration and, why me, and all of that, all of those emotions that you get for being put on the jury. And the one last comment I want to make is, Kath, I told you kind of when we first met and first got to talk to each other that before every tribal council, I would say in my head, like, be like Kath, speak up, say what's on your mind. And I still mean that, but I don't say be like Kath anymore. I say be like Rachel, because I know I can do that. And like, it was great. Like, so even though we had that hardship together, I just want you to know that, like, you saying that shifted my perception of you, maybe not necessarily wholly in a positive way, but it shifted it and made me realize that, like, this is heroes versus villains, and I can't spend all my time idolizing these heroes that I've watched almost all of you before. I have to play my own game. And so that's where I've ended this game, and we'll see where my vote ends up. I'll be listening.
It's the biggest compliment that you switched to be like Kath to be like you, because every day I feel like I have to gas myself up to be like genuine Kath, not chaos Kath. So hell yeah.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Thank you. All right. Our next jury member, Richie, go for it.
Hello, my debaucherous little villains. Everyone's all laughing, giggling. I love it. Real quick, before I do my little thing, Justin, who would you have brought if you won immunity?
I would have brought Kath.
Cool. Good answer. Good answer. Because I'll be kind of frank and kind of blunt. I kind of viewed you two as the 2 goats and Robbie and Meg as the 2 threats to win. So props to you both for realizing that. So my whole thing this season was just to have fun and make good TV. And I think I did that. But I won't lie, like, definitely lost at least like tens of minutes of sleep because of me not playing my idol. That was rough. So yeah, Kath, you like kind of rubbing salt in the wound less than an hour later. I didn't love that, but like I understand it was just a joke. But my question for you, Kath, real quick, is did someone on the jury tell you to bring that up, or do you bring that up on your own accord? And honesty will go a long way here.
Yeah, of course. I could see that your visual cues, you are not too pleased So you give away a lot visually. So once I saw that, I was like, uh-oh, this could be bad. And I know that again, one of the top things I brought up earlier was jury management on my end. So I kind of was reviewing everything and I was like, ooh, Richie might not like that to the end, and rub salt in the wound. And if I were you, I'd be pissed too. I'd be pissed too. So I just, yeah.
Question for Justin. What was a moment where I feel like you were kind of just like struggling? At least that's how you came across, that you were like, oh, I'm struggling in this game, blah, blah, blah. What was a moment where you were having fun and you felt in your power?
The Manny vote was a moment. You reading me to filth for my shirt. I think the top 6 and 5 were fun. I think it was fun because you were being like stirring the pot, doing all of this stuff, and it really was a suspenseful moment. And I think the top 5 was fun for me because I did trust Meg and Robbie at that point to some capacity to hold me there. And so I was like, okay, like I actually feel a little safe in this moment. Another fun moment for me was taking the selfies, Avi. So I really enjoyed that. That was something in my wheelhouse. I felt like it was creative. And yeah, 147, let's not give me the 3. But I enjoyed that moment. It was something I felt like it was accessible to me. It was just a fun time. So
and one more question. This is what I was planning on asking you. Robbie, are you going to the Renaissance tour on August 1st at Gillette?
Hell yeah, sister.
I'll see you there.
Let's do it up.
Okay, cool. That's all for me.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Richie. All right, and our next jury member, please, Joseph, take the stand here.
Kath, Justin, we both had very different relationship paths throughout this game, and they have both been entertaining and different. I just like to say, when I started this and I messaged Ethan, I think on Reddit or something, I specifically pitched myself as a villain, and Ethan was like, we only have room on the heroes. And I was like, fine, I'll be a fucking hero. So I was placed on the heroes tribe through not by choice. And I really tried to approach this game as a villain in disguise. And I think the way that I settled by doing it was, one, similar to Justin, pretending to not be that great at the game, but I think I girl bossed a bit close to the sun. Justin, Kat, you're probably not aware, but I am an org veteran, and I've done LRGs, I played a lot. I'm not a newbie to this kind of game, and so I tried to keep that facade up a lot. And I tried to play on the previous relationships that everyone had and use that information for mind games of exaggerating stories. Kath, I tried to feed you the whole Meg and Rachel thing because I saw you buying into it, and I just kept giving it into you. And I didn't really believe that. And I think I unfortunately contributed to your blow up. So I'm sorry about that. And Justin, I was frustrated with you for a lot of Merge because I felt like there was certain situations where, for instance, we were on a call and we were talking about some things, and Robbie was messaging me verbatim exactly what we were talking about because you were talking to him about it. And I was like, everything stays between us. And you're like, sure. And it's just Robbie giving me like a blow for blow of what we're talking about. And then the whole Kath thing about her putting my name to you and me like being like, are you sure no one said my name to you? So I kind of tested the waters with you. That is a long speech, but I do have a question. I relied a lot on mind games to get me through the game, but I would like to know, did you ever play mind games with people? And one, what did you do? And was it strategic, or was it out of desperation? Was it to save yourself? Were there any times that you did play mind games, and this would be a great time to own up to them if you did and you say you didn't earlier?
One of my favorite little mind games I did that probably wasn't very successful was I leaked information that Richie gave to the villains to Joseph because Richie left me out of 2 votes. And fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So at that point, Richie knew, and I was just like, no, it wasn't me. So I knew he knew, but I just want to own up to that now. Other than that, I feel like I was genuinely trying to connect with other people. Joseph and Justin, I know I had a call with you guys being the newbies and you guys worried about like, how is the game? And I definitely gave you guys a lot of information about the older players, you know, and that was genuine. Because I heard that Justin constantly brought up like, I'm a new player, this is a disadvantage. And I was like, okay, I'll give you information. And now there's a point in the game where I was like, I created Frankenstein because he has all this information.
I feel like another game that I played was, and I feel like Meg and I did this, it was a mind game we kind of tried together, was a tango. Every freaking round, it was like, Meg, let's connect. We're both teachers. This is great. Let's vote the same. And then every round, she or I would break our bond and go and do something else, even to the final four. In the final four, I was like, yeah, like, I'm going to vote for Robbie. And I knew that she was voting for me because Robbie had fed me information. And I believe Kath fed me information, maybe. I know I was fed it somewhere. Oh, no, it wasn't. You said that Kath said you were voting Robbie. No, you said that Kath said she was voting Robbie. I asked her, she did not say that. And so in that moment, I knew you were voting for me, so I voted for you. So successful mind game, I think, was playing the victim. Unsuccessful was when I played it with Lena.
Excellent. All set, Joseph. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And now up to our next jury member. Megan, please take the stage.
Hi, everyone. Just want to start off by saying congratulations, Kath and Justin, on being in the final two. You know, this is my first time being on the jury, so I'm actually kind of excited about it. I have a couple of things that I want to say, and then I have a couple of questions as well. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I have notes on here. I would just like to begin by saying something I want to clarify, something that Justin said before, because I am all for, you know, stating your game. Obviously, that's what we're doing here. But I don't want misinformation to be out there. Justin, I want you to know that Robbie and I were always going to vote for Richie. We wanted you as our third. So that was not a plan that you brought us into. That was a plan that we brought you into. That being said, I would like to hear who spearheaded my vote out, because I think it was a smart move. I want to know, like, who was the person that spearheaded it?
The first person I had spoken to about voting you out at that point was Robbie. Robbie immediately texted me and goes, Meg needs to go. And I'm like, yes, Meg needs to go, because it was a great move. So I would like to say it was kind of like a mutually known thing. I feel like we all had the same idea. And like, if you want to go by who texted it first, like we could go it that way, but all three of us were pretty aligned there from my perception.
I was just going to say it was Robbie. As soon as we voted out Joseph, he was like, Meg's next. Kath and I talked yesterday, and Kath asked me the question, like, who would I rather sit next to in the final three? I wanted to sit next to Robbie because he had less chance of winning immunity. So just in the instance of coming clean, like, Robbie started that snowball, in my opinion.
Thank you both. Basically, I think it's pretty well known that if Robbie were in the final two, I would be voting for him. So my vote is still open. Kath, I would like to hear the specific moves that you made to turn your game around after the big blow up at Tribal with me and Rachel. So like, really clear and specifically what moves you made to turn your game around to get where you are now.
So right after that big blow up at Tribal, I took time, and instead of immediately like scrambling to figure something out, I took time away from the game. And I thought that even if you and Rachel do not work with me, I have to talk to you. That was like utmost importance. So I reached out to you both and spoke to you separately about my experience. And that is when I figured, I was like, you know, I could continue playing as a villain. I really could. I can continue blowing up. And I said, this doesn't feel right to me. And that's when I started talking with Joseph. And I was like, I want to talk to people that kind of like make me feel good and safe right now. And I was like, okay, yeah, like let's do a clean slate.
All right, thank you. Justin, I would like to hear, again, like really clearly and specifically, why you think you should get my vote over Kath.
So I think one of my strategies within this game was to work specifically with people who I felt like I had an emotional connection with. The reason I thought that was because someone is not going to want to vote me out if there's an emotional connection. I thought Robbie and I were very tight. I'm assuming we were tight, but like I felt like there was that camaraderie. Kath and I at the beginning of the game, up till final 7, up until yesterday, we really bonded, especially in the Valeros tribe. So those two, and with Kath in those two specific moments, trusted those people. I felt like there were people that I could not trust. I felt like you and I constantly did our little tango. But I think for me, the biggest moment in this game was when there were little side bubblings happening in those tribal councils. For example, like I did feel like when I voted for Lena, it was successful. Granted, it would have been a tie if Rachel would have played her idol, but I felt successful in that moment. I did feel successful in the Richie vote. Richie and I talked for 45 minutes, I want to say, before we hopped on the computer. And I spent the whole time assuring him like he was good, he was safe. Like we chatted that whole time. So I felt like in those moments, I was very strategic. And like, I know Richie is like a phenomenal all over player. I was keeping track of it. I was telling people. And when the moment came, I did jump. So if you're asking me to say like a specific moment I went to someone and I said, let's vote this person, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I could find that until I believe I went to Kath yesterday. I said Meg, but Kath said like Robbie came first and then we all said it.
Okay, thank you both.
Thank you very much, Megan. Thank you. All right, and now for our final member of our jury, the last person voted out in this game, Robbie. Go right ahead, Robbie.
Hello, you two. Long time no see. Congrats to both of you. Also, Justin, just to go back to what you said before about, not voting for Kath because of the blow up or whatever, there were multiple times following that blow up, pretty recently even so, where you said you didn't want to reward that behavior and you didn't want to have that person sit next to you in the final in tribal. So I'm glad that suddenly you're feeling differently tonight and you're telling people elsewise, because that's not what you've been telling me, but that's okay. Because you know what? I do have a few questions before I get to my main one. But this one's kind of for me. If Kath were to take me to the final 2, please raise your hand if I would have gotten your vote. Thank you. And if Justin would have taken me, who would have voted for me as well? So you guys made a great move. Justin, you said to get rid of me. Kath, you said get rid of me. I get it. Awesome job. So the theme of this season is heroes versus villains, right? But I don't really necessarily see it as that binary. I think a good Survivor player is a mix between a hero and a villain. You have to be able to be as fluid and cutthroat as Sandra, while being as charming and strategic as Cirie, as flirty as Parvati, and as strong as Rupert or Colby, right? So I want to know, in this game, when was your most heroic moment and when was your most villainous moment? And Kath, I don't want to hear about the blow up. We all know that happened. I want to know something that was villainous besides that.
I think I wouldn't classify myself as a villain, if I'm just being honest. A lot of this game, I didn't feel like that was like my identity. And I don't know why. I think at best, if I'm just being honest with everyone, I'm more of like an anti-hero, that person you don't really like. Honestly, that's kind of how I played it. And I feel like I wasn't specifically villain. I think one heroic moment in my mind was I knew that Kath and I had had a separation. And I did reach out to her yesterday and I was like, I really do want to talk to you. That was a genuine moment. And it was because I didn't want to end this game, honestly, with someone that I felt like I was close to, not feeling that. And that was a genuine, to me, heroic in the terms of like a good moment. I also think my most villainous moment would have probably been when I was talking to Richie on the phone for an hour, assuring him that he was safe. Richie had, top 8 tipped me off on people saying my name. We made a blindside. We had talked in final 7. I noted that didn't work out and was like, shit, we gotta revamp here. I think in that moment, I was talking to Richie being like, yeah, you're good, work solid. And I was boldface lying. So I think that was a villainous moment for me.
I consider one of my other villainous moments, honestly, is lying to you, Robbie, specifically about Final Tribal. I know that we were in cahoots to go to the end together. I'd also heard that you made a lot of Final 2 promises with other people. So yeah.
I did. Richie too.
Yeah. So I know that we have previous history from our last season that we played together. I blindsided you in that one too and convinced you that I was not in cahoots with Vince when I was. So lying to you for a second time definitely felt hard for me. But logistically, as you've called out, if I were to have taken you, I would have lost. Heroically would be keeping my promise to Justin with taking him to the end. I think that there were a couple of bumps in the road between Justin and I, and it could have been very easy. And I think that for me in the voting booth, that was really the kind of pivotal moment of like, all right, you got to separate, you know, for me, it's hard sometimes to separate personal from gameplay, and it's getting harder as I grow into this new version of myself. So I made a promise to Justin, like a true promise over the phone last night, one that like really felt true in my gut. So to echo what Justin said, we did connect on like a personal level. And even though it looks really good for my gameplay that I took him, outside of even me winning immunity this session, I promised him before I even won immunity. I was like, I'm going to lose no matter what. If I sit next to either 3 of you, you all have good stories. I have nothing. I didn't win immunity at that point. I was like, I got one solid person out, and that was it. So outside of even knowing I had immunity and I would make this final decision, I made Justin that promise. So.
Okay. So were you lying to me when you said Justin canceled your call last night?
Yes, I was lying to you there. Yes. Justin and I had a call, and we also spoke, and we said, if we're going to be 2 together, we have to be tight, and basically convince you and Meg that we did not speak. So, and that we were not speaking.
Good move. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck to both of you.
All right, everyone. All right. Thank you very much, Robbie, and thank you very much to everyone on the jury. This is a very interesting Final Tribal, and a very great performance from Justin and Kath, our 2 finalists as well. Thank you all. Thank you all. All right. I'm going to bring the jury one by one into the voting booth in elimination order. Jury, you are to say who you would like to vote for to win. You are not voting somebody out. You are voting to win. All right. And we will see who will become the winner of Zoom Survivor Season 9 Heroes versus Villains and the recipient of 200 big ones.
I did like Justin's answer. I don't really understand how that's a personal moment because it was just kind of him misjudging me. But although, to be fair, I do understand it. So I'll be voting for
Robbie. Had my vote if he was in the Final Tribal. Kath, I was leaning towards a little bit, but I wanted to keep an open mind going into this. If Justin came with a good argument, I was open. I was ready to hear it.
I am really torn. I kept notes for every question asked and kind of picked a winner of each round. And by that, my vote should go towards Justin. But it doesn't feel right. And that's what I'm struggling with, is I have gathered this data in front of me, and it's telling me to vote for someone, but it doesn't feel right. So if I need to encapsulate what this season has done for me personally, I need to trust my gut.
Well, like I said, it's between 2 goats. So I'm voting for the person who I think played the better game.
I would just like to say, as an Australian, Justin, we have these things in Australia called boomerangs. And if you don't know what they are things that you use to hunt prey with, actually. And if you throw it in the air, it's shaped funny and it will come back to you. So I just thought that it'd be really interesting of this coming back to bite you like a boomerang.
This is not how I pictured Final Tribal going, but here we are. These are the people that I have to choose between. Tonight, my vote goes to
Wait a second, did you guys see the jury raise their hands for me? I think that means I take home the crown best player alert. No, I'm just kidding. I had so much fun with this game, and I am proud of Kath and Justin. You know, they did what they could, and they tried their best given the cards they were dealt. I think they were pretty equal in the game that they did play, but I think that Kath kind of honed in on the mistakes she made and kind of how she could improve. And I can't believe all season I've been saying, Kath, you need to learn what it's like to get voted out. But here I am voting for Kath to win for a second time, and maybe this time it'll work. I've been right with the votes all season. I hope this vote's right as well.
The votes are in, everyone. The votes are in. For the final time in this game, I will read the votes. And remember, you want to see your name on these cards. These are votes for a winner. Here we go. First vote, Kath. Second vote, Kath. Third vote, Kath. The winner of Zoom Survivor Heroes versus Villains, Kath. Kath, all the rest are yours. You win. I'll be Venmoing you momentarily.
Wow.
How do you feel? Maybe you need a moment. She's muted.
You muted. You muted.
Wow.
Sorry, I was talking with my dad literally before we started, and I go, I'm in the finale, and he goes, you're not gonna win, are you? You did nothing. And I was like, Gary, please.
Wow.
But I just want to say that even if I didn't win, it felt like I won, because I feel like this game has helped me like embrace who I am and just like to see myself in a very different light and a very transformative part of my life. And I want to say thank you guys. It means a lot.
Yes.
And I had fun with all of you. Despite the stress, I had a lot of fun.
Certainly. I had a blast this season. You should be very proud of yourself, Kath. Justin, you as well. You had a heck of a game. No lie, no cap even. So congratulations to you as well. Thank you all so much to the jury as well for your patience and for being willing to do this. And I also want to just say a general thank you so much for participating in these seasons. If you had participated in more than one, this has been like so fulfilling for me, so fun for me. I love going back and watching the previous seasons. I'm gonna love watching this one again and again and continuing to edit this the series. This is probably going to be my last season, at least not for a couple of years. So I just want to thank you all so much. This has really just been such an incredible process from womb to tomb. This has been great. This has been great. So thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ethan. You're the best.
Of course.
Ethan, you're
thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much,
Guys,
Ethan.
like, I never thought I'd make like actual friends from this, but like here I am in California with Vince, who voted me out, but it's okay.
You voted me out back, so it's okay.
We're even now. But just like genuinely, like I know this season you kind of like branched out more and found people from like all over the world, which I think is so incredible and amazing. And I just like, your season has just been such a fun thing, and you can truly like connect with people and make friends through this. And I just thank you so much for putting this on. Like, I think everyone can speak to just how like nice of an outlet this has been. Maybe sometimes a stressful outlet and not really an outlet, but like still overall like just a really good thing. So thank you for getting us all together for this. So
certainly. Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ethan.
Of course.
Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you so
Have
much,
a great
Ethan.
night.
Everyone.
It was a pleasure.
Bye.
It was a pleasure. Have a great night,
Best
everyone.
season ever.
Well,
Bye.
congratulations, Kath.
Thank you.
Yes, congrats, girl.
Bye.